Hi folks, how we doing? Well, I'm saying hi folks, how we doing? I don't see any messages yet. So if you're out there, then let me know you're there and say hi and stuff. But yeah, hope that everyone's doing good. I am, as always, delighted that it's Thursday. I've got a nice cup of tea. This is shortbread flavoured tea from Marks and Spencer, which is really nice, really tasty. Hi Jelly, how you doing? It's lovely to see you. And Fifi Faye, how you doing? It's nice to see you as well. How's everyone's week been? Is everyone having a good week? I'm going to pop my phone on charge actually, just so that it's charging whilst I'm chatting to you. Raw Spirited, hello, lovely to see you. Hope you're doing okay. What's everybody else drinking? Has everyone got a wee drink to sip on? Let's see, we've got Artists and Oracles here. Donna, how you doing, Donna? You all right? We've got Lily Rose. Hi, Lily Rose. How are you? Yeah. How's everybody doing? What's everybody drinking? How's your week been? Give me all your chat. I've had quite a good week, actually. Really productive week in work. I felt as though I got a lot done. And just managed to keep on top of various things. Usually, like, I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but usually, like in work, when I really get on top of one thing, I need to do it at the expense of something else. Like I feel as though I let something else kind of fall by the wayside a wee bit. But this week's actually been pretty decent, where I feel like I've managed to keep everything ticking over, and I'm like, I don't need to work. I don't need to sign on and do any work tomorrow because I feel as though I've got myself into a really good place. So that's always good. And yeah, tomorrow is going to be good because we have our kind of a Christmas, say, night out, like evening out, like day out type thing with work. So yeah, going to go to the pub, get a couple of drinks. It'll be good. Probably more than a couple actually, but you know. Let's see. Fifi is drinking red berry tea. Can I call you Fifi? But you're drinking red berry tea. Sounds lovely. Jelly, week's been good. Busy so far. I have a cup of cinnamon tea. Nice. It's definitely the kind of the time of year for a wee warm cup of cinnamon tea, isn't it? Hi Jen, how you doing? It's lovely to see you. Let's see, Donna, doing fine. Cuddled on couch by Wormwood Give. Is that Wormwood Fire? Drinking lemon balm tea. Everyone's drinking fancy teas today, aren't they? Even me. I'm not a fancy tea person. Yeah, it's a nice feeling, just feeling like you've finished off your week and managed to get everything done type thing. Jelly's asking Jen if she got a lot of snow. Lily Rose has a stomach bug that won't leave me be. It wants to be my best. Oh no, that's no good. That's rotten. Does anyone get any recommendations of how to get rid of a stomach bug for Lily Rose? Wood stove. I've got you. Sounds nice. It sounds really nice and cozy actually. It's been quite cold here today. I had the heating on for a while earlier on. Because I've got to keep my little dog out. God's sake, I keep hitting the 3 dots and then nearly putting people in like timeout. got to keep the dogs all nice and cozy and snug, you know. Hoping to go to my favourite farmer's market on Saturday for the Christmas offerings. Very nice. Sounds good. There was a market at my work yesterday. Like I was in the office yesterday and there was like a market there, but I never got down to it. Yeah, I did because I worked through my lunch. Worked through my lunch so that I could leave a little bit early because when I finish work at 5 p.m, which is big time rush hour, and I was Wednesday's my busy day for tutoring. I've got 2 students on a Wednesday, and the first one, it can take me like an hour to get there after work. In fact, I'm saying it can take me. It usually does take me an hour to get there after work. So I left about 4:45 so as that I could miss a bit of traffic. So that was pretty decent. Let's see. Hot Ribena for Lily Rose. Just trying to shuffle a deck. What deck are you shuffling, Jen? 6 inches of snow. Oh dear. And you've said ginger. Is that what you're drinking? You're drinking ginger? Oh dear. Ginger ale and pretzels for the... Oh, I see, ginger for the stomach. I've got you. And then Jilly says ginger ale and pretzels for the stomach bug. And chicken noodle soup. There you go. I like ginger tea for tummy and eat very gently. Brat diet. Also, that's 3 people that have said ginger. I didn't know ginger was good for a sore stomach, to be fair. Do the people in your office know you read tarot? Mostly no. There's one person that does. One of my colleagues does. His fiance does like markets. She's got like a wee. She sells shop stuff at markets. In fact, her. I'll give you her Instagram. You can all go and follow her. It's called Gorge Gifts by Elle. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to find it for you. Gorge. Not sure. Yeah, so his fiance does that. So I've seen him at markets that do, but other than that, it's not really. You know, there's maybe like a couple of people that know, but it's not something that I've told loads of people because I'm, don't know, still quite private about it, I guess. Oh, you're shuffling the fairy tale tarot. Very nice. That's a lovely deck to shuffle. It's got really nice cardstock. It's quite thin, so it's nice for riffle shuffling if you wanted to. But it's just a lovely deck, that. Oh, excuse me. Drinking ginger tea too and toast. Nice. Hopefully you feel better soon then, Lily Rose. The people in my office would freak if they knew their morals. Yeah, I don't really know if the people in my office would freak. They probably, for the most part, wouldn't care, but still, it's probably a mixture in there, a mixture of, like, I don't know if there's any religious Karens in my office, but there's definitely probably some science Karens and yeah, I don't know. Unless people need to know, then I don't really feel the need to divulge that information. Ginger is why they give you ginger ale for a sick stomach. Yeah, I didn't know that. And hi, Marita. You just came in with that piece of information and then said hi. Yeah. So, what's everybody been up to? So, what I've been up to, I've got back onto Stranger Things. So, one of my students loves it, and he said to me a couple of weeks, he said, you need to watch Stranger Things, you need to watch it, you need to get up to season 5. And I'm like, I was only I stopped like partway through season 2. Just, I don't know, I just fell off of it. But I've started watching it again. And I kind of jokingly said, right, for every past paper that you do, I will watch an episode of Stranger Things. And he texts me back saying, look at that, I've just done 21 past papers. That'll take you right up to the current, that would keep you up to date. Highly doubt he did 21 past papers, but hey ho. So yeah, I've been watching that. I was watching that before I came live. So I think I'm just about to finish season 2 and start on season 3. So that's exciting. Does anybody watch Stranger Things? Anybody a fan? Are you looking for any Baba decks? I'm trying to think what decks they do. The only one that I know of that I don't have that would be a nice to have is the Bohemian Gothic. That's the only one that I've ever kind of seen and thought, oh, that would be a nice deck to have. But yeah, I can't really think. I think they stopped doing decks, didn't they? So, and they stopped doing them kind of quite a while ago. So I've not really looked at their stuff in a while. But I've got the Fairy Tale Tarot, and yeah, Bohemian Gothic's probably the only one that I've ever kind of thought, oh, it looks like a beautiful deck, and it's quite dark and gothic, obviously. So yeah, it's my kind of thing. See, you've said I do astrology on people. I don't care if they know that. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. And Jilly says that's something we watch with Bennett. We watched the first part of the last season at Thanksgiving. So good. Oh, that's good, Jilly. That's good. We'll need to chat about Stranger Things then once I get myself up to speed on it. How is Bennett, by the way? Is he doing okay? Done. What's done? Hi Chris, hi all in chat. I used to like Stranger Things. I lose interest in series over time, except the Great British Bake Off and the Coven. Yeah, the Bake Off is good, although I've not watched it in a few years, I don't think. But yeah, Bake Off is good fun. And yeah, I'm kind of the same, Beth. I do I tend to lose interest in things, unless they're really, really gripping. Then yeah, I'm quite guilty of starting to watch something and then falling off the wagon. But yeah, bigger. Oh, you're talking about Bohemian Gothic. We can chat, Jen. We can chat. Let's see. So, Chris, a bit disappointed or sad or something, not happy that I'm not living with Bone Stone. I really love the art. Oh, not jiving. I'm not jiving with the Bone Stone. Really love the art. Part of it is the cardstock. I can't shuffle it worth it. Oh, really? Oh, that's a shame. Mine's is. I'm finding mine's okay to shuffle. Is it? Are you a riffle shuffler, Beth, or are you an overhand? Because it's just normal tarot size, so the overhand's fine. And like riffle shuffling, I've found it okay. I know it's like on the thicker side, but like definitely not the worst. Like there's my queer tarot. I find the queer tarot really hard. Like not hard. I can riffle shuffle it, but it's thick and it like I don't know. It's a workout on my hands to riffle shuffle that. This one. Yeah, like you've really got to put an effort to riffle shuffle this fucker. Like obviously I still do it because I can't do it without riffle shuffling, but yeah, that one's tough. But the Bone Stone I've found has been okay, so that's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that you're struggling to shuffle it. How do you find it reads? Like reading wise, does it give you good readings, Beth? Ben, it's good. Good to hear that. When's the next visit in Jelly? Haven't watched it, but I'm sure I'd love it. The Stranger Things. Yeah, kind of like. So I watched like season 1 and a wee bit of season 2 a fair while back. So I did, as in it might have been like a year or so ago. So I've watched the rest of season 2, but I'm kind of wondering whether I should go back and start from the beginning of season 1 again, just to bring myself up to speed, because I feel as though there's things I'm not quite getting because I'm not remembering everything. But then I'm like, I don't know if I want to like risk starting again and then not getting up to, like just falling off the wagon again. Do you know what I mean? Marita says I got 4 decks for my birthday. I love the Mystic Psyche. Mystic Psyche? Is that how you say it? Best. Fey Whispers Fairy Oracle had a printing error. Angelic Realms Oracle is lovely. Tarot of the Woodland Wardens is adorable. That's good, Marita. Said it a million times. You have Marvel comic hero hands, Chris. A riffle and nope. Right, okay. I think maths are just like average hands, to be honest. Sorry to hear that. Still waiting for my copy, and really looking forward to finally having it. Yeah, it's the artwork's definitely like beautiful. Tarot of the Woodland Wardens is awkwardly sized and thick, unbendy stock. Oh, we can't be doing with that. I have that one too, Marita. It's really nice. Glad you got some nice decks. Hope you have a great year ahead. Yeah. Sneeze. No, I'm not. Yeah. Oh, that was weird. You know, you get that, but you think you're going to sneeze, but then it goes away. Well, that happened, but then it came back. I'm a Stranger Thing myself. Yeah, I think it's not a bad thing to start from the beginning. Yeah, I'm thinking I maybe should, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to. I want to just power through and keep going with it. I'm sure I'll pick everything up. But I'll see. Got a Kickstarter deck today. The Mythweaver Tarot is lovely. I think we'll go on great. That's good. That sounds great. Love the art, but it's a more intellectual response to the readings versus a gut punch or emotional one, says Beth. I end up not using decks where the response is mostly intellectual. Oh, okay. Stranger Things kind of goes off the rails around season 3.5 to 4, so halfway through season 3 to season 4. Bear with it, it does get good again, in my honest opinion. Yeah, my student says that it does. I was saying, season 4 might be really good, and he found it dead cringy. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've heard mixed things, so I'll just see. I'll take it how I get it. Get the vitamin C into you. Why do I need vitamin C? Because I sneezed. That was just a wee sneeze. Everyone's getting sick. Lots of things going around. No, I'm okay. I'm fine, folks. Well, touch wood. I think I'm fine. Don't think any of my desks are actually proper wood, so I'll touch that. But yeah, Stranger Things. That's one of the things that I've been doing, is getting back into that. I got a delivery from the Heebie Jeebie shop, so I thought I would unbox that with you. If anybody fancies a wee cheeky unboxing, we've got a couple of goodies on it. I should probably. This is it here. Does anybody want to guess what's inside? Let me just get the address stuff off of it. There we go. Yes, unbox. Just pop a light on for you. This is the Heebie Jeebie logo, by the way, for anyone who's not seen it before. Jen's guessing 2 decks. Not 2 decks. Norovirus is making the rounds. Oh, that can keep to itself. Living intellectual deck. The way into my pants. In my head. I like that. Let's see. The Bones deck will break it in for you. Just give it time. I had a deck like that, and then I actually felt the release of the tension from it, and the deck became mine. Nice. No, it was just enough information. So you get 2 decks. Thanks. It isn't just a deck for me, I believe. I'll hold on to it and see what the future holds. Okay. So there is 1 deck in here, and you can actually see right away what it is. So I've got the House of Dragons Tarot, or House of the Dragon Tarot deck and guidebook, sorry. So this is an Insight Editions deck. You know how I love a wee Insight Editions deck. And I also got this, so let me just unwrap this. Sorry, it's really loud. What do you think? So I think it's jade, but it's like black in colour, or it's very, very dark green. But it's a jade. He's a wee jade skull, and look at all the detailing on him. Isn't that cool? Let me pop him there. He can keep his company throughout the live. Please hold on to it. I think you might regret letting it go whilst watching, listening to something. Just keep shuffling while burning incense too, and good luck. Yeah, he's nice, isn't he? So I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put him. I might keep him on my desk here in front of me, or I might put him on the shelf, or I might put him on the Ofrenda. I've not decided yet. Although I need to be careful what I put on that Ofrenda, because Luna seems to think that it's that it's just a buffet for her. Sandy was telling me apparently it's the same stones that she goes for all the time. She tries to steal them. But I need to be careful, because I don't want anything happening to her, obviously, but she'd be fine. But I don't want her taking anything that's that I've specifically put there as an offering for one of my family. So yeah, I need to watch. But anyway, yeah. To be fair, I don't think she would be able to do much with us. It's a bit too big and heavy. But I'm happy with him. He's a pretty boy. What's their name? I'm not sure yet, Beth. I'll need to think of one. I'll need to think of a name for him. Excuse my spelling mistakes. My head is a fuzzy one. No, don't worry. Yeah, Dragons and Skulls, isn't it cool? Roscoe's here. Hey all, hope everyone is well. Love a little Insight Editions deck myself. I've been extra gay this week and purchased the Wicked Tarot deck for myself. It's pretty awesome. Well, speaking of being extra gay with the Wicked Tarot deck, I also got the Wicked Tarot deck, but it's Sandy that got me as a wee surprise. He ordered it for me, and I didn't know that he'd ordered it. But yeah, so it's beautiful. The quality of it's really good. I'm loving the kind of the gold code stamping around the border and stuff. And they seem to have done a really good job with the deck. The Insight Editions are really, I feel like they're really listening to us all, and they're really up in their game. I rarely see any kind of the semi-pip shite anymore, which is great. But yeah, that's the Wicked Tarot. He looks like a Simon to me. What do you think? I don't know if Simon would be too happy of me naming the crystal skull after him, but hey ho, maybe. Next, that's a good one. I like that, Beth. We'd like to meet Sandy. Looks like a really nice deck. Well, you've probably you'd been able to see, I'd imagine on my socials every now and then there's pictures that I'll post of the two of us. So you get to see him that way at least. But I doubt he would come on alive with me. Let's see. This full moon has been intense. 2 nights in a row of a major sleep disruption for me, says Donna. Oh, that's a shame. Do you know, I woke up this morning thinking that it was Friday. So I did. So I was I get up at the same time on Thursdays and Fridays because I take Sandy into work both days. But obviously on Thursdays, I then come home and sign on and work all day. On Fridays, I get to chill out. So when I realised eventually that it wasn't Friday, that it was Thursday, I was rather gutted, as you can imagine. Nyx is the Greek goddess of the night. Sorry if you knew that. No need to apologise, but yeah, I do love a wee bit of Greek mythology, and my Orphic Tarot deck, I'm sure Nyx is. maybe the High Priestess. Yeah. That's Nyx. So she's my High Priestess and my Orphic Tarot. I love this deck. I know it's not for everyone because the titles are in Greek letters rather than like English ones. You know what I mean? And they're not always in the same place, so you've kind of got to hunt for them. So I don't think it's everyone that would appreciate this, but I absolutely love it. Uranus, Dike, Aphrodite, etc., etc. But yeah, this is a stunning deck. And that is the Orphic Tarot. For anyone who's interested. Right, will we break this open and have a wee nosy through it? So as you can see, I've not opened this yet. Well, obviously you just watched me open the box. But I've not seen any of the cards from it, to be honest. So you'll be getting my absolute first impressions. Do it. Is he shy? I mean, yeah, I bet, yeah. Yes, and he's not like really, he's not into like tarot and stuff like that. So I think he would probably feel awkward if he came on here, you know. I say he's not into it. Like if I get a deck on something that he's interested in, then he'll be interested in that deck. I'll find that it'll disappear from my shelves and it'll be at his side of the bed. But yeah. Okay. Oh, this reminds me of, what's it called again? Ugh, I forget what it's called. But it has that, what the heck is it? Tarot del Toro. That's what I'm thinking of. So these are the backs, and it's got that normal Insight Editions cardstock. Let's see, I'll zoom in a bit. Okay, not that much. And I'll just flip through them as I'm talking to you. So the veil's quite nice. Let's see. I asked them what their name is and use a pendulum to spell it. Let's see. No idea. Oh, do it was to naming it Simon, right? Okay, I've got you. Let's see. Libra Sun and Moon and Cancer Rising. Did you ask Donna what our signs were? The healing is going well. I use a crutch now as well, walking unaided for a few minutes outside. inside mainly without now. The floor being soft makes it more doable. I'm loving the colour. That is nice, isn't it? The art style is quite nice as well, I think. Cool death card. Oh, I love that tower actually. It's really cool. Star. Okay, nice. So suits, we've got dragons, so we've got king, queen, knight, and page, so that always makes things easy. So suit of dragons. Ace, 2, oh. So I don't mind a pip deck, but if this is going to be semi-pip, then don't know if we can deal with that. So that looks like that's the 7 of dragons, and the eggs are arranged like the 7 of pentacles in the Marseille. So I'm hoping this is the pentacle suit, or the earth suit, should I say. Tankards, so I'm assuming that's going to be cups. Queen of tankards. Knight. I'm all for messing about with the kind of agendas and stuff like that, but something does make me wonder, because this looks very male presenting, and because they are kind of a very dressed like a knight in action, and this person is kind of a sitting down. I just wonder whether they were meant to be the other way about. But anyway. Page, so then we get the ace, 2, 3. So far we're all pip, and that's a good thing for me. I like as well that like the tankards are all different. It's not just like a kind of a they've drawn one and then photoshopped it into multiple. It's quite nice. Nine, then the 10. Blades will be swords, blades. Marita thinks it's a misprint. How is a knight sitting relaxing with a cup of mead? Strange to me. What I'll do is, once I've finished flipping through the deck, I will check the book. Knight of Blades, Page of Blades. Diane says, finally here. Nice to see you, Diane. How you doing? She wasn't sleeping. Lily Rose says, Chris, I had a partial knee replacement 3 months ago. I think I might remember you saying about that, actually. So, glad to, it sounds like, from what you were saying here, sounds like recovery's going reasonably well. Or at least I hope it is. I like that. That's quite cool. The way that they're all locked together. Like how we get that one bloody sword. And then finally crowns. Okay. So sort of crowns. And then crowns and a page. So crowns and dragons, I'm going to need to look up what suit they represent. Dragons could feasibly be fire, actually, couldn't they? Yeah. Now I think about it, I'm thinking, now that I know what all the suits are, is it maybe more likely that dragons are fire and crowns are earth? Because they're clearly not trying to do a Marseille thing. Okay, let's so let's have a look at the Queen and the Knight of Tankards, and let's also look at and see the Minor Arcana. To see if it tells us about the deck. Oh, here we go. So the suit of dragons represents communication or actions. These are the wands of our deck and correspond with the element of fire, and then crowns is wealth, material goods, and prosperity. As the most grounded of suits, crowns corresponds with the element of earth and depicts the traditional suit of pentacles. Right, okay, so that answers that question. And we want to look at tankards. Okay, so these are both, I think, female characters. So it does say that this is our queen, and that it's Lady Rhea Royce. Overflows with confidence and remains emotionally stable. Someone similar at your side. In the moments when this person exudes such compassion, consider taking on some for yourself. If your emotional defenses feel low, this is a strong sign to reconnect with the Queen of Tankards in your life. And then for the Knight, we've got Lady Bela Targaryen. I'm showing that I'm not a Game of Thronesy person. I'm sure everyone will know how to say that. But her natural ability to focus amplifies her bravery, and her skills as a dragon rider are no less impressive. This card is a sign to realign with the source of your calm, your patience. This is the right time to let your imagination guide you, even if it's slower than your usual pace. So it doesn't look like it's a mistake. And obviously, if the characters on the cards make sense to be the Queen and the Knight, then all for it. Just imagery-wise, it does kind of look a wee bit like it should be the other way about, doesn't it? But that's okay. We can deal with that. Let's see. Deanne's doing pretty well. Had lunch out with my mum and friends, and now relaxing with you a bit before I take Max to robotics. Nice. Tell Max I said hi. Glad you're getting familiar with crutches. I know them well. But from when I was a kid, and from going off a cliff skiing in Italy, oh, That must have been scary. Shouldn't all 10 be bloody? Well, I suppose if you're reading it like you're reading a Smith Waite, then yeah, but 10 is supposed to be like the culmination, the kind of the completion. The cycle completes and starts anew, and swords should be the suit of the mind. So, to me, it's like it should be like accomplishment in the field of wisdom. Do you know what I mean? That should be about gaining wisdom, about gaining information, about fully understanding something. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't, for me, necessarily need to be the what we see in the Smith Waite. So yeah, I suppose it depends how you're reading it, is what I'm meaning. I'm letting my tea go cold here. I named that knee Ethel and the other one Dot. Ethel is doing very well. Excellent. Love the bloody sword. What does the book say? So I must be a wee bit behind. My best friend's bitchy old lady alter ego is named Ethel. Let's see. Maybe it makes sense to be a knight. Maybe. So yeah, those were my goodies from the heebie-jeebie shop. And yeah, that was really what I had to share with you. Shall we do a wee spread? Because I've been on a wee bit of a Stranger Things kick, I thought I would break out this, or at least the guidebook from this deck, and find us a spread from this. So there are a couple of spreads in it that would be appropriate. So I'm thinking like 4-card spreads are probably best for this. Who's all doing the spread with me, by the way? Let me know if you're doing the spread, what deck you're using, etc. So there's Out of That Cave. So like a heartfelt letter in Elle's pocket, this spread can provide insight and encouragement when you're going through a tough time, or help you look back on the past to glean wisdom from your experiences. I think I like this one. Oh, I'm holding it off camera, sorry. There's also Power Surge. Sometimes it can be challenging to see our own strengths, especially if they make us different from our friends. Use this spread to help reconnect you with your inner power, or to gain clarity on how to approach a challenging situation. Just don't try to throw any cards with your mind when you're done. So yeah, those are the 2 4-card spreads. I thought maybe Out of That Cave would be cool, because it's talking about like things to release and things to embrace, and at this time of year I feel as though that's probably quite a good thing to dive with. So Joe, is the heebie-jeebie shop online or a brick and mortar store? It's online. It is a shop that is here in Glasgow, or in a place called Coatbridge. It is a shop you can go to, but it's like a converted garage in her house. But she's lovely. She's very welcoming, and she's I've been before. I've been and had to look round and stuff. It is a really cool place. But yeah, it's brick and mortar, and it's online. She's on Facebook, so if you look up the heebie-jeebie shop on Facebook, you'll find it. And she goes live every Monday, and also I think it's like the last Sunday of the month. She does like a witchy sale, so she sells like our card decks and incense and like tarot boxes. So I got this from her, for example. So yeah, this is just a wee bit of quartz. I love a wee rough stone, so I do. So Marita's using Mystic Psyche, Beth is using the Hedge Witch Tarot. Jelly won't be able to do the spread tonight, getting ready to go out for a little. Oh, look at you going out in the old forget what I was going to say there. It was like an expression. Going out on the... Oh, my brain stopped working. Anyway, look at you going out, having a good time. Are you going to be having a wee drink or two, Jelly? A little wine? I'll do it. Already chose the Fairy Tale Tarot. Nice. Just here to watch tonight, says Deanne. My cat is nap trapping me because I was gone today. Oh. Support small businesses. Yeah, they are really good, Jen. On the town, yeah, probably. Yeah, on the town. Yeah, out on the town. Yeebie reminds me of Jeepers Creepers, which is a movie that creeped me out. Yeah, that's gives me the heebie-jeebies, gives me the Jeepers Creepers, or I think it's a similar thing. But it is a really cool shop. Right, is everyone cool with this spread? Does that sound good? So Fifi faces learning how this is done tonight. Brilliant. Well, you're more than welcome. If you have a card deck there, then feel free to join in with us. And if you're not sure about any of the cards that you pull, just, share what card you pull anyway. And if you need help, then just let us know and we can all chip in and let you know what we think. But basically, I'll bring a spread. So today this is our spread. And we'll go position by position. So card one is going to be this. So I'll put that in the chat and I'll tell you what the first position is. And then we all pull our cards for position one and put them in the chat. Then we'll have a bit of a talk about like the cards that each person's pulled and what it might mean and all that. And then once everybody's done, we move on to card two and so on and so forth. So it's usually really good. We have fun doing it, I think. But anyway, as you'll see, okay, right, I'm trying to kind of a thingy this book so that it stays open for me. I could just pop my phone on top of it, couldn't I? I've not decided what deck I'm going to use though. That's not the best. Oh, I'm not prepared. Deck shall I use? I'll just go with the Bone Stone since it's out and sitting there and ready waiting. Probably need to zoom out a bit. So Fifi Faye has the Witch Sisters Tarot, very nice. I bought the Witch Sisters Tarot from the creator herself, Julia Jeffrey. Lovely, lovely woman. I went to her art exhibition with Marion, and yeah, it was brilliant. We had a really good time, and I bought both of her decks from her. Gorgeous colour deck, like watercolours. Yeah, that is beautiful. We can do a road trip to his house with a fistful of fentanyl. No need, he's already crossed over. I have both decks too, but really new to this. I love the artwork. Nice. Cool. Okay, right. Card number 1 then says how this experience will help you grow. Even Hopper can admit that change is scary, but it's necessary. So it says it can provide, this spread can provide insight and encouragement when you're going through a tough time, or help you look back on the past to glean wisdom from your experience. So you're either, if you're going through something just now, you're going through something tough, then this will be a good spread, or you could use this to look back at past experiences and pull wisdom from that. So either way, whatever, whether you're talking about a current experience or whether you're thinking about a past experience, so maybe just take a wee minute and think about, what are you pulling the cards for? Is it for something you're going through now, or is it for something that you've been through in the past? Once you've decided that, then pull cards and see what they tell you about it. Okay. So how this experience will help you grow is position number 1. And I have got the Queen of Swords, the way that I'm reading this is it's like the experience that I'm looking into. So I'm reading for like the loss of my dad, which is just over a year ago now, and it was probably one of the toughest things that I've ever had to go through. Death of a parent and all that. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, and to me, this is like it's toughened me up. All I think all difficult experiences do kind of they teach you about yourself, and I say toughen you up as though it almost makes it sound like a negative, but I don't mean it in a negative way. I think it just kind of I almost don't know how to word it. I might come back to it in a wee minute, actually. Right, what did you folks? So, any kind of experience, Marita, you can read this for anything, but what the book says is that this spread can provide insight and encouragement when you're going through a tough time. So, like a tough time, a tough experience, something that's been a bit more difficult than your average run-of-the-mill. So maybe it's maybe not your last haircut, maybe not something that's perhaps, or well, I suppose haircuts are stressful and for some people, but it's not something that's going to be trivial. You're going to read this for something that's maybe a bit more difficult, or I think sorry, my connection disconnected there, but I think I'm back. Question is my audio okay? I think it is, because I can see the wee microphone moving. Okay. Love that Morrigan card. Me too. She is really beautiful, isn't she? She has a real toughness, like harshness, like you wouldn't mess with this person. Maybe that's what it's taught me to be. It's taught me to be a wee bit more, just a wee bit tougher in and of myself, not as much of a pushover, and not let people walk over me as much. I think when this happened, like when I went through this, I kind of had this moment of clarity where I was like, do you know what? I'm at the time. This was before I kind of got promoted and stepped into my new role, and at the time I was just like, I feel as though I'm like knocking my pan in, and I don't really know if if I'm getting anywhere with it. And it just it really kind of a sobered my view on like just like work and just life in general, and makes you realise that you know I mean, obviously I still work really hard. I still work full time in my job, and then I tutor and I do like I read tarot at markets, so I still work a lot, but I really enjoy all of the things that I'm doing, and that's made such a big difference. Um, but that was a wee bit of a wake up call because my dad died when he was basically about to retire. So he died in service. He was a paramedic, and so yeah, it's like you know, and my dad worked really hard all his life, and he had a really strong work ethic. Um, but yeah, it just makes you realise that life's a bit too short, like for that to be my only. But it's never been my only thing. But you know what I mean. That you enjoy life as well, that type of thing. So, Jen, you've got the full reversed. So, how will this experience help you grow? And you get the full reverse. So, I'm almost wondering if it's like. So, obviously, the Fool brings that spontaneity and that kind of just that risk taking energy. And usually, when it's upside down, I'm like, let the spontaneous and kind of a grabbing life by the horns, that type of approach will take you so far, but it can also, if you're constantly doing that, then it can get you in trouble a wee bit. There does come a point when we need to be, we need to use our experience, use our knowledge, use our savvy, and we need to kind of assess the risks a wee bit. So, and I'm not sure what the experience is that you're reading for, Jen, but maybe the experience is maybe it's teaching you, not to be reckless. Maybe it's teaching you to have a wee bit of forethought, and a wee bit of a plan in place before acting. Maybe not all the time. We need to maintain a bit of a sense of adventure and spontaneity, but equally, I think sometimes it's important that we, that there is a wee bit of structure. We get broken open by things and then new armour grows. That's one way I think about it anyway. Definitely. Had something a few weeks ago. The audio is good and I'm back. Good stuff. Simon pops in, says, hey Chris and everyone, sorry I'm late, just home from the pictures. What were you away seeing, Simon? Love this deck. Saw Wicked on Sunday. I saw Pelion tonight. How is that, Simon? Is it good? It looks quite good, so it does. Did you enjoy it? Marita's got Queen of Wands for your first card. So made something fired up for justice. Queen of Wands fired up for justice. Yeah. I think she also appreciates her own self-worth. She knows her own worth, and she has confidence in herself. So whatever the experience is that we're looking at for you, Marita, it's maybe making you appreciate yourself a whole lot more, and not take yourself for granted. Arm myself to the teeth. Fifi got the King of Stones, the Witch Sisters tarot deck. So the King of Stones is like the King of Pentacles, I believe. So your experience is maybe teaching you, or what's the how it will help you grow. So the King of Stones is like he's kind of a like very much in charge of his own world, of his own life. He's got kind of a that kind of a structure and that plan that I'm talking about having in place. The King of Pentacles or the King of Stones very much has that. Has all of his shit together, all of his ducks are in a row, that type of thing. So maybe the experience is teaching you just how important it is, or at least to you, to have that structure in your life. Oh, geez, Jen. My goodness. So sorry to hear that. I'm glad to hear you're okay. Dearie me. I think we might need to come over there and set about some people. Yeah, so I suppose with that in mind, the Fool reversed, just being a wee bit careful then, like protecting yourself. Has everyone put their cards in? Everyone that's pulling cards? Right. Position number 2 is something that you're ready to release. Life is always moving, whether you like it or not. Oh, I've got the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is something that I'm ready to release. So it's interesting because for my kind of the teacher, the thing that's how I'm growing and what I'm learning, I've got a swords card, a card of the mind, of the intellect, of the rational kind of a part of your brain. And then for what I've taken what I'm ready to let go of, I get a cups card. The suit of emotion and the apparently my brain's just decided to stop working. I do know what the suit of cups is about. Apparently I'm just struggling to get it from my brain out into words. So yeah, the suit of water, the suit of emotions, sort of like kind of a connection, that kind of a deeper part. So it's interesting that I'm learning on an intellectual side and have to let go of the kind of emotional side of things, especially given the experience that I've just said that this is kind of talking about. Yeah, I don't know if I like this reading, to be honest with you. I feel as though it's painting me out to be a bit of a heartless bitch. Do you know what I mean? I'm learning how to be the Queen of Swords, the Morrigan, this kind of I'm learning how to be tough, and I'm like letting go of emotion. Really? Or maybe, I mean, so maybe I could use to not be as sensitive and to toughen up a wee bit, you know. We'll see what other cards come up. Right, okay, Jen. As long as you're looking after yourself. The full reverse and then the hanged one. Interesting that the full's upside down and then you get the hanged one. So it's like this is what you're ready to let go of. So the hanged man is about like kind of a stopping, taking a pause, taking a bit of a step back to gain perspective. So that suggests to me that what you're ready to do is, or you're ready to let go of the pause. You're ready to let go of the kind of the stepping back and the surveying things for a bit. So it's almost like you're ready to kind of step back into the game and kind of get going. Do you know what I mean? Not just be a spectator, but actually like get in there and get about things. Scorpio is sensitive at a super deep level. You're so not rich. I hope not. I try not to be. Sometimes I can be, but I try my best. Six of Swords, releasing the idea of escape. Maybe. Yeah, potentially. So it's like the Queen of Wands is you're learning how to be that kind of a fiery, kind of that you're how to embrace that fiery part of yourself, and then letting go of the idea that you need to move. You know, you need to kind of shift yourself from one phase to another, from one place to another. You know, it's not about changing your mindset. It's not about moving from one place to the other. I suppose it's just about embracing who you are and that fiery part of yourself and just letting that out a wee bit. Maybe you're being asked to release grief, not emotion. Yeah, probably, Beth. That probably makes sense. What's everyone else got for this? Donna's away for dinner. Enjoy, Donna. I hope you get something nice for your dinner. Oh, such a good cup of tea. Like that idea. Fifi has the 5 of stones sprung out at me when I tried to shuffle. Okay. So the 5 of stones tends to talk about the 5 of pentacles. So the 5 of pentacles sees us in a place of need. You know, it's like it shows a bit of struggle, a bit of difficulty. Almost like we're in survival mode when we see the 5 of pentacles. So maybe it's asking you to think about, you know, if you do find that in certain scenarios you go into survival mode and it's, you know, it's all about like what do I need to do to survive. Maybe it's about kind of training yourself not to go into that mind frame. Learn to kind of, I suppose, just embrace the situation, relax into the situation, you know, feel out what the rules are, and then kind of just embrace it and move forward through it. So it's not that kind of a panic, that like that feeling of scraping by, you know. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what the next card does for a lot of us, because I think like what we're letting go of and what we're embracing might kind of counteract each other and might offer perspective on each. So So yeah, as I say, the next one thing is something that you're ready to embrace. You have to keep growing up. For me, I've got the 9 of Swords. So definitely all about the swords for me. Something you're ready to embrace. So for me, I'm ready to embrace the things that initially I kind of tend to stay away from, the things that I fear, the things that repel me, that repulse me. And again, with this being like a swords card, you know, it seems to be kind of a tying in with this message of like just like having a rational view on things, and having an increased understanding of things. You know, it's all about your kind of your rational perspective. And maybe not letting my emotions dictate how. So it's about embracing the things that scare me, not letting my emotions or my kind of a fight or flight response dictate how I go about things, but rather having like a kind of a rational, reasoned outlook, and plan on how I'm going to proceed. You're ready to stop looking in the window from the outside of the chocolate shop. Okay, what's everyone else pulled? We're quite quiet tonight, aren't we? And that's absolutely fine. But I wonder why. I wonder if there's something else going on. Something that you're ready to embrace. So Jen has the world. So you go from the Fool to 12 to 21. Ready to embrace the world. Yeah, I mean, that kind of continues on that message that we got with the Hanged One, doesn't it? Like, ready to kind of let go of, you know, taking a step back and watching from a distance and not being involved, you know, ready to let go of sacrificing things. And you're ready to really get involved. You're ready to kind of embrace the world, embrace just like enjoying the things that you've worked hard to achieve. The King of Trees. Trees is the wands, the fire suit, isn't it? And what was it you were letting go of? It was the 5 of Stones, wasn't it? So yeah, the 5, when you think of letting go of the 5 of Stones and then embracing the King of Wands or the King of Trees, it suggests to me that you're maybe, I was going to say you're in a place, but I mean, this could only apply in certain situations, but it might be that your instinct in some situations is maybe to like kind of not cower, but just to kind of think, I'm going to take a step back from that. You know, I'm not going to get involved in that. I'm just going to kind of survey that from a distance. You know, that kind of a fearful response. Whereas you're being asked to embrace the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is charismatic and very much involved, gets his hands dirty, does the King of Wands. He's not content just to be sitting back on that throne. Generally, you'll see your King of Wands as the man of action. He'll be getting up off that throne and he'll be getting, he'll be doing things, getting involved in things. So to me, it's about letting go of that kind of that fearful, that keeping a distance from things, and really kind of getting involved. So yeah, like, does that make sense for the experience that you're reading this for? Let's see. Marita, the Queen of Wands, the Six of Swords, and then the Hierophant, embracing social order or teaching role. Six of Swords, and then the Hierophant. Yeah, maybe it is about stepping up. In the Six of Swords, quite often what we see is, like, if I'm putting myself into the position of the Six of Swords, I'm usually one of the, and I'm thinking about the Smith-Waite Six of Swords here, right? But I'm usually one of the people that's in the boat being taken away. I wouldn't think of myself as being like Caron, the one who's like rowing the boat. I would think of me as being the person who's like kind of been through a tough time, and then I'm being kind of ferried away, guided away to a better place. So with the Six of Swords, there is a certain kind of a certain amount of surrender, or like accepting help from, like, letting someone else kind of take the reins from a bit and help out. Whereas with the Hierophant, the Hierophant himself, if I'm putting myself into the shoes of the Hierophant, then, I mean, the Hierophant represents from a kind of a hierarchy point of view, it's the top, It used to be the Pope, who's the head of the Catholic Church. So to me, the Hierophant is like the elder, the one who's in charge, the one who's looked up to, the one who's respected, call it what you want. So for you, Marita, it might be about like kind of a letting go of the idea of relying on someone else to help, and embracing this kind of a more leadership role, or this more kind of a, like, if I want something to be done, then I'm going to do it type thing. I feel like a lot of your readings, it might just be a me thing, because it might just be the way that I'm reading them, but I feel like a lot of your readings are almost like quite similar message, i.e. that they're all wanting us to let go of this kind of a mentality of like not being involved, and they all want us to kind of like really take action and stuff, don't they? Good. So Fifi, you're saying it makes a lot of sense. Good. I'm glad. Hug the tree joyfully. Yep, definitely. This is a very strange spread. I think the name Cave. I think it's the name Cave and the name out of that cave. Yeah, I think that's something to do with Stranger Things. Okay, the final card. What to look to for healing your way out of the cave. Speaking of the cave, what to look to for healing. Got the fucking Five of Swords. Right. Spread is kicking my ass. Okay, so for me, I think the Five of Swords is actually indicated. So a lot of us kind of don't like to fail at things, me included, very much so. I really don't like failing. Um, I think just stay where you are. Stay. My goodness. Does anyone else's cards do this? Or they just want to move about of their own volition? Failure. Lots of us are shamed and embarrassed by our failures. Realistically, though, our failures are the things that teach us the most. Success feels great, right? It feels great in the moment. We really love to give ourselves a pat on the back, and it's great when we're successful and when things go really well. It's brilliant, and we all need those moments in our life. But do we really learn that much from it? Compare that to the times that you've failed, when things have gone wrong, when you've had to take a moment to assess, right, what happened there? How could I have done that better? I think a lot of us were probably a lot more likely to look at a situation and say, right, how could I have been better there? How could I have been a better person? Or how could my approach have been better? Or how can I have thought about that differently? We're much more likely to do that in situations where we fail. So for me, where I look to for healing, it seems as what the cards are telling me is look to my failures, look to my defeats, look to where I maybe didn't do so well, or maybe where I wasn't having such a good day. Look there. Examine that stuff. Look at that stuff. Like 3 swords cards out of the 4, out of the 4 cards. So let's look at those things. Let's examine them rationally. Maybe even it could be about talking to someone about it, seeking some help. But yeah, the key to my healing lies in my defeats and my failures and my bad days. I don't think of good things when I think of something coming out of a cave. The Morrigan wants to communicate to you. Yeah, I know. You remember when something is painful. Yeah, definitely. So Marita, you've got the Ace of Swords. A good idea. Yeah. I always think of the Ace of Swords as the kind of a beginner mindset card. Come at things with a fresh set of eyes. You need to gain a new perspective, a new understanding of a particular situation when I see the Ace of Swords. So there's like an opportunity there to see things anew. And that kind of a new opportunity, that new potential there, to I suppose just re-evaluate a situation. That's where your healing lies, I think. Jen, you've got the Emperor. So the Fool reverse, the Hanged Man, the World, and the Emperor. Are you using the majors only, or is it just happens to be that you've pulled 4 majors? So yeah, the Emperor bringing structure into life, bringing structure and control, but like the good kind of control, the control that we like to have. That we need. We all need to have a certain level of control over things, don't we? But structure and stability, bringing that into life. That's maybe where healing lies for you. All majors, Stranger Things. No, you've just pulled them. Interesting. So yeah. I'll maybe need to, well, I'll take a wee picture of the spread anyway for the Facebook group, but I'll maybe need to do a wee bit of writing on this. There we go. So yeah, that's us, folks. Has anyone else pulled cards that you want to share with us? Fifi, have you managed to pull your fourth card yet? Always ready to jump the gun. I need structure. I'm always ready to jump the gun. The Three of Skies. So that's your Three of Swords. Three of Swords and the Witch Sister Tarot. So where can you find healing? Maybe a wee bit like me. The Three of Swords can be a painful card. It's the card of hurt feelings. It's basically the card where I see the mind attacking the heart. So our logical and our intellectual selves affect our emotional selves. And there's almost like a wee bit of a showdown between our head and our heart that we see there. So your last card was the King of Trees, wasn't it? Yeah, King of Stones, Five of Stones, King of Trees. So you've pulled two King cards. So I think it's definitely time for you to, to be the boss bitch that you are, if you don't mind me using such a phrase to describe you. You're clearly destined for great things. You're clearly destined for, for high level stuff. I think it's just time for you to embrace that. And where can you find healing and where can you learn the most? Probably from, look at, like me, look at where you failed, look at where things have triggered you, look at where things have upset you, and examine that, look at that. Also, don't give yourself such a hard time. Don't be so harsh on yourself. We are our own worst enemies a lot of the time. So that kind of an inner critic, and you've got big King energy, so there's going to be a lot of inner critic there, I would imagine. Learn to embrace it, but don't let it kind of take over, is what I would say. Maybe you need a good grieving. Does the Three of Skies have a Morrigan type figure on it, or is that just my imagination? Three of Skies. I've got the Witch Sister there, but it will be shuffled up, so I won't be able to find it easily. Yeah, it does. Yeah, so there we go, another Morrigan card. No, you're welcome, Fifi. Hope you enjoyed. Just put on some Tori Amos and have a good cry. Puke out stuff that you're holding on to and be done with it, says Jen. So, a girl with 3 magpies in her hair, wild in the wind. Right, okay. Cool. Okay. I think that's us for the evening, folks. We're actually making good time. That's only 25 to 11. But yeah, hope you've all enjoyed this. I hope that you all... Oh, hang on, actually. Let's finish up with a wee bit of the old disappointing affirmations, shall we? just because I feel like that was quite heavy going, that was quite deep. So I think we need something just to give us a wee bit of a laugh. So who all wants a disappointing affirmation pulled for them? Who wants a disappointing affirmation card pull? Shove this to the side. Let me know in the chat if you want a wee disappointing affirmation card pull before we finish up. For me, I'm good enough. I'm not the best, but I'll do. Thanks very much. Lily Rose wants a disappointing affirmation. Gosh, one day you'll die, but for now you still have to go to work. Sorry, Lily Rose. Right, who next? Jen. Jen, just be yourself, but not the real you. No one wants to see that shit. Right, raw spirited. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Don't be afraid to settle. I mean, have you met you? Fifi. I'm feeling a wee riffle shuffle for you, Fifi. Hi, Janine. Fifi. Move the fuck on already. Marita. Fuck it. The bare minimum is good enough. Janine, do you want one? Do you want a wee disappointing affirmation card pull? Let me know. We'll pull one for Janine just in case you do want it. You'll be okay, or you won't, one of those. So, Janine, if you're looking back, then we've pulled a wee card for you. Right, I think we've caught everyone, haven't we? All right, folks. Going to love you and leave you. Hope you've enjoyed today's live. I hope you enjoyed that wee bit of fun at the end. It's always nice to finish up with a wee bit of a laugh. But yeah, take care, everyone. Look after yourselves. Have an amazing weekend. And I'll hopefully see you all soon.